everyone, good evening and welcome to Roma Theory. I hope you're enjoying your Friday evening, wherever you are, cinema night, restaurant night, whatever it is, I hope you're enjoying it. Big news today because Bove is on the verge of extending his new contract until 2027. His agent arrived at Trigoria today, posted that cheeky little hinty Instagram story, and at the end of the month it will be official. Bove is going to extend his contract until 2027, so 3/4 more years of Edo Bove in our team. I'm buzzing, you can tell I'm buzzing to the extent that I actually poked my eye before starting this video. Look at that. Can you see that? That is way redder than that. Yeah. A few days ago, I also flushed my own AirPods case down the toilet. Can you actually believe it? I've never heard such thing. I was listening to some music in the toilet and boom, they fall in there and they get flushed away. I've never even heard such thing. Anyways, who cares about that? Who gives an absolute damn about that? Because Edo Bove is starting and it's staying with us. If you're a diehard Roma fan, you should be very happy about this. Because if you're diehard Roma fans, you will have acknowledged the fact that Bove dies for this team. And that Bove is a special player. And that Bove is, according to me, the only player that has been promoted from the youth into the first team in these last 5 years, who in the long term can be classified as a golden boy. Not Zaleski, not Thingy McBobby, no, Bove is the one. In terms of attitude, in terms of the importance of performances, we'll get into that in this stream. But I mean, you can tell, I love this news because I love Bove. If you've been here for a long while, you will know that I admire that young boy a lot. I actually got Bove's name at the back of this season's kit. That's how much I respect him. That's how much the affection that I have for Bove is unreal. There's just something about it. I've said it many times, but it's the fact that he plays so well and he's not scared of anything at such a young age. The fact that he's developed into the player he is now in such a short period of time. The way he plays every time, putting that body first, that aggression first. And also the fact that, you know, he's young, I'm young, he's from Rome, I'm from Rome, he supports Roma, I support Roma. I can relate in him a lot. I can see in Edo Bove the little kid in me that wanted to become a football player, if you see what I mean, who, you know, plays for his childhood team. Yeah, I like Bove a lot. I love Bove a lot. And him extending his contract is massive news for a Bove fanboy like me. But it should be a massive news for the entire Roma environment because, I mean, where do we want to start? First of all, in terms of the player he is, it's not easy for a player to be promoted and keep the head as low as Bove is keeping it. It's not easy, and I'm saying it's not easy because his friend, Zaleski, for example, hasn't done it. And both Bove and Zaleski started at the same level, both got promoted at the same time, yet one has a different mentality and you can tell. You know, Zaleski had those two great performances at a very young age in the Conference League against Bodo Glimt and Leicester. And he ultimately thought he reached the peak of his career, the peak level. And then he started going, well, I don't need to put the same attention to training sessions, the same attention to the dedication of my decision of becoming a football player. Bove scored a goal in a European semi-final, the only goal in the space of 180 minutes against Bayer Leverkusen, which brought us to Budapest. And he's even better than what he was last year in these performances. It's different. You know, another thing, which I'm going to throw in, but I think it's important in a sense that you can tell by the way you look straight in the eyes at him that he will have a more successful career than somebody like Zaleski. And let me tell you why. Before I say and get into this segment, I have nothing against people who have tattoos. In fact, I'll probably want to get a few tattoos, little tattoos when I'm older. I've nothing against, players who have earrings and all of that. But if you get a random person who maybe doesn't even follow football that much, and you put Bove and Zalewski in front of them, and you ask them, who do you think works harder? 99% of the times, that person will say Bove, just by the way they present themselves. Both are roughly the same age. However, Zalewski and Bove, same age, same football career as of now, playing the same team, same background, and yet one of them has 2 earrings, body covered, full of tattoos, hairstyle looks like prime Ronaldo, and the other one hasn't got 1 earring, hasn't got tattoos, hasn't got one of those nasty haircuts, and I like Zalewski's haircut, but the point which I'm trying to make here is the way you present is immediately a massive suggestion to the player you are, to the background you had, which led to you and the many sacrifices which you made, and therefore a better player. You see, you can do all of the things that Zalewski does, but not now. Especially if you're a football player. You can do all of that when you reach the ultimate level. You've reached the ultimate level, let me have a breather. And I think that's very important. In terms of mentality and attitude and look as well, as I just said, Bove is far better than many of these players. And I'm very glad that he extended his contract, because in the long term, he will be a starting player, midfielder for this team. In the long term, he will inherit that number 16 from Paredes and ultimately from Daniele De Rossi. I see De Rossi inside Bove. I don't know why they gave... In fact, I'm glad they gave that 16 to Paredes, because giving that 16 to Paredes after Bove's breakthrough season would have been a mistake, because he would have kind of overhyped himself. And I think it was very logical to give it to Paredes first. Bove can play next to a player like Paredes, who's just won the World Cup, who inherited a player like De Rossi, and then ultimately in the long term you inherit that. But you see, yeah, the way he plays, the only thing he can improve on is technique. If he improves that technique, he can become one hell of a good player. Which will be important not just in the Roma environment, but in the Italian national team environment. And this is very important. The second an Italian team grows, a gem, the Premier League is just too attractive nowadays that the Premier League will steal them. You look at Tonali, you look at arguably Zaniolo, you look at a player which, in my opinion, I'm kind of speaking, is one of the best players under Spalletti's Italian national team, Udogie. Udinese, then obviously Tottenham bought him. By the way, it's Udogie, not Udogie. The amount of English fans I've heard say and pronounce it Udogie makes me wanna cry. It's not Udogie. Doggy, let's go and have a walk, you doggy. It's Udogie. Yeah, sorry, just drives me crazy. So that's another important reason. Key locking him, chaining him to Roma, also avoids bigger teams wanting to steal him from you, which is vital, not just for us, but especially for a period of time where the national team is lacking breakthrough players because of how the system works. A moment of time where the Italian national team is finding so many difficulties, and yet a good amount of players who play in our Italian national team players don't even play in Italy. I find it controversial. So it's important for many different aspects. But look, ultimately I think that the best thing here is keeping such a player which I've fallen in love with. And I'm very happy about this. So obviously, in terms of financial and the financial side, Bove would earn 1 million. So again, that's a definition of you earn money, but you got to deserve it. Before and prior to him extending his contract, he didn't earn a value which was over the millions. You have to deserve it, and I think Bove deserved having this 6-figure number in his bank account. And that's very important. Again, I'm not trying to overhype him. I'm just, I like him. I respect him. He loves this team. He supports this team. And I'm just very happy that he extended. So yeah, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget to let me know in the comments your thoughts on this. Also, very important, I am starting, and I'm planning to start, filming some debate chats with some of you guys who've always supported this channel. So if you're not camera shy and if you're interested in participating in some debates, talks with me about Roma and Serie A topics, then click the first link, the Google form link in this description, fill out the questionnaire, and I will get all of the answers of that questionnaire, and we can contact and we can arrange some debate chats, interesting. I want to bring some adding on to these daily content, some alternative contents, football challenges with friends before big games, debates about football, Roma environment and all of that with you guys and others, action videos, stadium vlogs, traveling and football and all of that. It will take time. I'm trying to sort things out, so if you're interested and not camera shy, fill out the questionnaire. It would be very helpful. Also, don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, enjoy your Friday evening, and I will talk to you very, very soon. See you out.